And here we are for the elimination final between Taroona Penguins running out onto the field right now and the Burnie Emus. We've had this before. It's the battle of the flightless birds. And I don't know, I'm not willing to pick who's going to win it. What do you think, Mike?
Oh, mate, this is anyone's game. I was looking at them. They're both warming up, and they're really, both teams, I think, are going to bring a real intensity to this game today.
Absolutely, and it's do or die, so whoever fails to get the most points today ends up having a weekend of fun and games, but with no more rugby to play. We saw last week Burnie down here against Harlequins. I don't think they played their best rugby. They were really held by Harlequins for most of the game and ran over them just a little bit towards the end. Ill discipline again has formed a part of Burnie's games, and it's something that they're really going to have to be on top of today. Referees will be all over that, so it's something that Burnie need to really bring their A game with regard. And here they come, led out by Shane Bentley in the red headgear and his brother Brett right behind, two stalwart leaders of the Burnie club. And just behind them, one Gus McPhail, who's spent all of his rugby up until this year playing with Taroona. So I don't even know if he's played against them yet this year. There'll be some smiles and grins, though, as he walks out and shake hands with the Taroona boys, who he knows so well. And you can see the Burnie team there. There are a couple missing, though, from Burnie, so they're down to 21. Taroona and Tanganoa unable to make the trip down for whatever reason, so that's a shame for Burnie. Just be a couple short, but if Burnie bring their best, Taroona are going to have a handful.
Yeah, well, they've said their greetings, hellos, everything else. We've got the bench coming off. Ready, we've got Craig Gardner out in the centre there. Michael Evans on the far side and Phil Rogers this side to control the game today.
Yep, so we've got good experience and certainly got plenty of eyes around the field to make sure that everything's done in the right way. So big game, some key outs, I suppose. We know for Taroona, but one probably big one for them is Anthony Lean won't be playing this game or any of the rest of the final series if they make it, with a broken hand. We've got Ed Solder out, who still hasn't played a game since that horrendous incident earlier in the season. So still just good depth, though, at Taroona. And they've had plenty of players with lots of action all year with the reserve grade team. But yeah, I know they'll certainly be missing Lean and the good experience of Salter as well. Here we go. Murphy with the kick. He's got a great kick. It's a nice high one. Just goes down to Eddington, who gets away from the first chaser, and he makes a few metres, gets past the second tackle too. Ball flips back now. Towie taking in a good tackle. Good contact there by Murphy originally. And then the big fella, Ifo, tries to hold him up, but unsuccessfully. And Andreessen now going for a run around the blind. So Taroona putting some good, sensible phases together. Towie getting his hands on it again, and Murphy making good contact on him too.
Yeah, Towie was a standout player for Taroona against University last week, so watch him today.
And he's a former Burnie player too, so that's a bit of a swap there. Love the dummies there from Kazarine, and he gets around the outside nicely too. Gets the kick away, taken in a good tackle though whilst doing so by Tupou. And Taroona with some great pressure on the chase, but can't turn it over. Great intent by Kazarine. I love to see him getting around there with the passing and then wrapping around and getting that support line. Now we've got a good run coming from Lottie Villa, and it's somehow been turned over by Kazarine. Oh, what a good run there by Leon Andreessen. He didn't want to be tackled there, and there's a good shrug off of the would-be tackler. Now Taroona really put their tails up. Towie just runs a bit early. We see him now with the ball in his hand. He'll pass it wide. It's not a good one, though, and there's trouble out here. Oh, see not deemed a knock on, and well done by Loper to get around there. And we've got Rob Holmes. He's made a break, and he's got around the outside, and he's put down a try right beside the posts. And Taroona with the really, really sus pass from Towie out there, but well gathered in the end by the big front rower, Sammy Loper. And he's dished it off, and Rob Holmes has broken the tackle and scored. And Burnie are going to be reeling from that one.
No, that's what they need. They need early points. They need to really focus on every opportunity they can get today. This is your elimination final, so you've got to make the most of each and every opportunity.
And Rob Holmes last week scored a triple. I think he scored 3 out of Taroona's 4 tries, and I think Towie might have been the 4th try scorer, or the scorer of the 4th try last week. But Rob Holmes has been absolutely on fire, playing out on the wing, and he's started this game very, very well, and Taroona will be really happy to get those points on the board straight away.
Here we go. He's backing up, going to set himself.
Left footer. He had a bit of a, I think a dull patch earlier in the season, Kazarine, with his kicking. And I know he spent a lot of time and had a lot of support just to get his head back in there and find where he's kicked successfully. I think Andrew Smith, former Taroona player, and he coaches the Clarence women's team, has spent some time with Noah, just helping him sort his head out around that, and he's been exceptional in the back half of the season. Very accurate with his kicking. So, and we can see there, I mean, it was a pretty easy one, but it's good to get the points on the board when you're kicking, and Taroona go to the front 7-0. So we shall see how Burnie come back from that. It's a really nice kick there, and just makes over 10. Beautifully taken overhead by Loper. What a competition in the air. The front rower. And the ball gets run out to, whoa! My favourite, Furitan Lameda puts a mega shot on Finney Towie. And Taroona, though, maintain possession. Ball comes to Holman. He's someone that Taroona will want to fire, and he gets on the front foot there. Eves. Oh, what a ball from Eves as well. He shaped to kick. And Taroona really showing some intensity here, hitting the line at absolute speed. Another good tackle there. Tupou on Towie. They come blind again. Ball goes wide. Bird. Great tackle there, though. I think that's Tupou again. Is it? No, number 11 that time. Hafunga making the big hit on Ollie Bird.
Well, Taroona is certainly showing commitment from the start here with the contact. They're showing great intensity.
Absolutely, and Burnie, I think, are equal to that task too, with the some really, really big hits coming from them too. That was a good one on Bird.
Absolutely.
Vanderdrift can't quite take that ball up high, drops it, but they managed to get it out wide and find Moala, who skips past the first tackle. Maybe Hafunga, sorry, and he gets back inside. Fa'ifo with a big run, a big motu. Murphy looks long, sees no one home, gets it in behind the winger, but Dewindham's out there and he's got it covered. Decides he's going to take it himself. He wants to find Noble in space. Noble throws it out wide to Bird, who makes the contact. And now they go wide to Noble again. He goes a little chip. This is a great ball. If it bounces, oh, it nearly bounced for Noble, but knocked on by Burnie. Oh, Dean both ways. Must have been touched by Noble first. So it's frantic rugby at the moment, Mike.
Absolutely. This is what everyone wants too. You don't want anything lackluster. You want great, exciting rugby, and that's what it's been right from the outset.
That's right. Some risks taken. A nice little chip there from Noble. That ball had bounced a tiny bit closer to him. He could have been away. And we've got the ball with Sawasi Hokinama as halfback for Burnie today. Put the ball in, first scrum of the day. Good drive there from Burnie. And they push it out. Murphy has to reach high for that one, though. They've got to make a tackle. And Bird just does so. Manages to take Tongatea down. I thought he was going to get around the outside of him. Bird did a good job to get across and cover there. And a nice bustling run. So Burnie hitting the line now with some opportunities. Oh, that one's forward. We're going to come all the way back. And Sam Loper is down on the other side of the field. We can see him there, and he's out.
He's not looking good at all.
So it'll be a bit of a pause here, and I suspect we'll see a blue card out of this.
I wouldn't be all surprised if we see a blue card.
With him trying to get back to his feet and then just falling, the referee's really going to be left with no choice. And that will mean, I would say, Loper won't play another part in the game. Don't know what happened out there. It was from the scrum. That was where the scrum was. So just taking time to see what's happening. Whether questioning, I suppose, of Loper to decide whether it's a head contact or that's the problem or not. He's walking back.
Okay.
Doesn't look like he's able to. He's fine. Okay, so deemed to be okay. Oh, I'm very surprised by that. Needs to shrug that off and get back in the game, does Loper, but I don't know, he must have been very convincing with whatever he said to the referee Gardner over there. I guess if it was a pain from an injury, if it was a back or a hip or a shoulder, it's not something worthy of a blue card, and if that's the issue, then hopefully he'll be fine to play on.
Yeah, it looked initially from here that he had, his body language looked like he was reeling, but might have been reeling from the pain. So
fingers crossed for Loper that everything is fine. And we now have the ball in Burnie's hands. Ifo with the throw. Finds McPhail, who gets it down, and another ball, just those passes from the halfback going very high. Murphy's got to catch those balls up very high, and to bring that back down and put the move on with the switch there wasn't, that first pass wasn't good enough for him. So Hockenema's got to sort that out. He's making life difficult for his fly half, and he's going to want to get those passes a bit better than that to give his team all the opportunities that they want. Another scrum.
Is this the first, or if we had a scrum?
We had the earlier one over there.
Yep.
Burnie scrum. So first scrum to Taroona. Be interesting to see how they go. They're missing their number 8 and assistant coach Reece Watts, who's away travelling with juniors rugby to South Australia this weekend. And shout out to all of the players representing the state in the sevens tournaments in Adelaide this weekend. We've got all of our girls teams playing up there, so best of luck, girls. And I hope you're having a great time up there and enjoying representing your state in this excellent game that we play of rugby. Eves with the ball here. His family over in the homeland love to hear the commentary, and I'm sure there'll be someone back there watching him today. And ball comes out now to Kazarine, and he goes with the kick. He's got it in field too, and he's found touch. I think that's is that a 50-22? No, just outside the 22 by the look of it. That was a good kick though there from Kazarine to get that in behind the winger and find touch. And he's only a couple of metres away there from the 50-22. Something in the game that a lot of people still haven't quite cottoned on to. It's not an automatic thought process that if you have the ball inside your own 50 and you can get it into touch after a bounce in your opposition's 22, that you win that line out. So good, smart play from Kazarine. And Far Ifo again with the throw. Gets over the top there, and McConaughey for Taruna throws the hand out but knocks it on. And now Burnie come back to the blind side and get around the outside. So nice running here. Lamita running through the first tackle and dishes it off, but it's forward. Ooh. So the big front row is from Burnie there, working together nicely. Lamita was a beautiful, beautiful quick handoff, but just seemed forward. Here it is right in front of the camera. Oh, marginally. Tell you, could have gone either way, that one. And Burnie looking dangerous down the sideline. Plenty of cover defence coming across, but they're breaking tackles. Scrum sets right in front of us. What a great view we've got here of this ball. Taruna get it to the back nicely. Eves just waits. And the pass nicely out in front of Kazarine. Another little pump fake, and he gets it off to Bird. Slips through the first tackle, but the cover defence is good. Cannell there just running across the field a little bit there. Didn't make it easy for his backs outside him to get onto it. Now the chip comes back in field. Eves waiting for the ball to settle, and throws a nice pass to Noble. Noble gives a wide one, and Andreessen's got it. He's got Bird inside him, gives a nice unders line to Bird, and the cover defence comes across in numbers. Loper just down in back play again, and Towie hitting that one up hard. There's a penalty advantage to Taroona, I think. So they've got a good opportunity to chance it here. Harrison nicely tackled in the midfield by Burnie defender. It's Tupou in the number 12. And Lopo with the pick and drive, getting closer. They're going to come back for the penalty from earlier. It's still a frantic, high contact game here, Mike.
Oh, it is, it is.
So many big hits.
We're sitting, well, I think Noah Kazarine could probably pop that over. We're going to go the points, you think?
I'd like to think so.
I know it's early days, but I think you take whatever points are on offer in against Burnie.
Referee having a chat with Burnie. It's just a head contact. I think you can hear the discussion there. It's Motu Fa'aifo had a bit of a head knock, and just checking to see if he's okay. Asking him what day it is and where he is and what the score might be.
I think they're pulling Loper from the field.
Yeah, he just took a while to pick up, and he's really had it. He's struggling. Really doesn't look good. They need to just stop and let him deal with it. He's really out of sorts. He'll be replaced by Aiden Fenny, who's a very solid replacement. But really not happy there, Loper. They'll need to keep an eye on him over the next 10 or 20 minutes. And, yep, as you suggested, the option's been taken to go for points. And Kazarine is already lined up, ready to go. And he's shoved it out to the left, though. Just didn't get his head over the ball enough there. And Burnie are going to go with the counter attack out here. Great tackle from Eddington. He copped a bit of a forearm up under the chin by the look of it. And solid contact in there. Holman getting in there and making a nice tackle. Burnie, though, running some good lines, but not making a lot of ground out there. Ball now comes to Lamita. He always breaks one of the tackles. He's a great runner of the ball. Also love the little bun he's sporting today. Murphy sees a big hole and plants the ball in there, but Dewingham's got it covered nicely. Puts the ball up high, judges it, and catches his own ball too. A bit of a high contact there from Murphy. Not intentional, but... And Eves goes with a quick tap, taken in an illegal tackle, surely by Brett Bentley.
And yep, you see playing advantage
Arm
again.
Goes out, and they've got big numbers out wide. Taroona. Oh, Aiden Fenny! Cops a pretty high-looking shot out there too after the dummy, but Taroona still got numbers around to the left. Might be playing advantage still. I'm not sure from back out here from Brett Bentley not retiring 10. Maybe they've. Maybe it looks like advantage has probably been played, and Taroona picking and driving now at the ruck, but not making any metres. Towie will have a go. Nice low tackle from Lamita.
Eves organising the troops there.
As well, good work from James Holman, just pushes Vanderdrift away. And they're going to have another look here. So, oh, nice work from Cannell, ducking back inside 2 tackles. But referee in the way of that one. And we'll see a scrum to Taroona. It's not a bad outcome.
No, not a bad outcome at all. Very, very handy run of the referee will earn that scrum.
So again, these big shots are coming everywhere. It's a hard game.
I tell you what, some of the big lads out there, you really don't want to be a tiny referee like referee Gardner there is, and pop a few off some of these big players.
The size difference between the 2 backlines is pretty remarkable as well. Like Taroona, you've got at number 12, Andreessen. You can just see him on the screen. He's a pretty big unit who's come from the front row to become a centre. As he's, I think it's a great place for him. But the rest of the Taroona backline are not big. It's, you know, plenty of fitness and strength and great agility. But yeah, they'll have their hands full with the big tackles if Burnie can look to exploit that area of the game. Now the scrum's wheeled there. Taroona are looking to go that far side off the back of the scrum.
It looked like they were put off balance there with a slight early shove there, which I don't think referee Gardner picked up. And yeah, hence that they were on the back foot straight away, sort of thing.
This side there, McConaughey needed a little bit more stability, and he wasn't afforded from the initial contact in that scrum. But we'll see. Taroona another opportunity. Will they go that same way again? They've got Jewindham going to trail Kazarine whichever way he goes. Good messy around that scrum there again from Burnie. And Cannell picks it up but can't get around the fringes and ends up just being tackled. Eddington now pushes it to Bird, who's great, and they're giving a great ball.
Oh, that was
great hands, Ollie Bird. I can't believe
great
that was
timing.
even a try. Bird was going to get hammered, and he still throws the pass, puts it beautifully outside of in front of Rob Holmes, who's running at top speed onto it. Just watch the hands of Bird here. Just a great draw. In contact, he puts the ball perfectly in front of Holmes, and Holmes goes over for his second. Taroona really lighting it up there out on the wing with some great attacking play. Burnie are going to have to defend better than that in their first hits out wide if they're going to stop these guys from doing that all day. So exciting hands out there. And you've got Jordan Eddington too, number 6, standing in the middle of that line, also with a nice draw and pass. Just beautiful position from the back line there. We talked about a little bit earlier in that juniors game how the boys were standing really flat in their back line and making it really hard to push passes, particularly when you're under pressure. Those boys could definitely learn something from watching the positional play of every person in that line, from Kazarine to Eddington to Bird out to Holmes on the wing. They're all playing very deep and able to throw the ball out in front. Excellent, excellent skills. Kazarine's going to be short with that one. It's a nice straight kick though, but doesn't have the distance. And Taroona now 12-0 on the board, halfway through the first half. It's been all Taroona really, the possession. Burnie have not had the ball a lot.
Yeah, Burnie's execution when they've had the ball, they've just hasn't paid off. They've just made those couple of handling errors sort of thing. Whereas Taroona thus far, the ball seems to be sticking.
Yeah, great footwork out there by Eddington to avoid that first tackle on the high ball. And now here we go, like we saw at the start, Towie copying a pretty high tackle there, not too high. Driving up from Junior Cook. Bird now in at the first receiver position. Holman hangs on to it. Got some good support there with him. Bird comes into half back, pushes it to Eves. Kazarine to Jewindham. Runs back inside, a lovely dodge. And Motu Fa'aifo's got a smile on his face after missing Dewindom there. Had a good laugh about it as he fell over trying to make the tackle. And now Holman gets around the outside, gives an offload to Eddington. Pass goes back to Holmes, is no good, but Holmes will find some space. Taken nicely by Moala. And Eves now digs in to find that ball. Kazarine in there again, just another little bit of a pump. Good step back inside from Cannell, playing at number 8. Kazarine now look for the kick through. Great work from Bird to get into that place. Need to be careful with the lifting the player up there. Put Matt Noble down safely, no tipping him over. And Cannell with another run on the ball. Getting very flat out in the back line now, Taroona. Ball goes wide to Harrison. Just running across field out there, but Holmes is out there again and doesn't get around the outside this time, but is able to offload back in field. And there's a lot of support there too. But great work at the breakdown by Burnie.
Shame that Taruna's made that error there, because I'm questioning the fitness of a lot of these Burnie players out here.
Absolutely.
They're being left wanting. See them just trying to get back in position here now.
Yeah, that's right. You've got quite a few of those Burnie players who hadn't even made it halfway across the field when Taroona had shifted that ball all the way, including Eva Murphy, their fly half. He was a long way behind the play there. Yeah, the quick hands of Taroona moving the ball out to the wings is causing some problems for Burnie's defence.
It's just a dislocated finger or something on Dewindom. Something with his hand there.
Yeah, is he still on the field?
So it looks like they're possibly going to do the old tape the fingers together.
Yeah, he's developed into such a classy fullback as Dewindom. You know, over just such a short amount of time playing rugby, he's just got a great head on his shoulders, and he doesn't make silly mistakes. He's so light-footed as well. We saw him dodge Fa'aifo back here with that big tackle coming across and evaded him completely. He's very, very, very fleet-footed, and they don't want to lose him. He's now just coming back. They've played on without him. He's got to make sure he gets around and onside. And nice view down the line out here. Fa'aifo with the throw. Taking his time. And finally shapes to throw, and it's high. Vanderdrift manages to get a hand on it and tap it down. Murphy goes really wide. Bird comes out in defence. Noble gets up and puts some hands on the runner. And great defensive tackle there from Bird. Pretty harsh to have a high tackle there on a guy whose head's already only 2 feet from the ground by ducking. But just untidy there from Bird, really coming back. There's a pretty big duck into that, I felt. But Murphy comes in and gets his hands on the ball, and Burnie are going to kick for touch, and we'll be looking to have an attacking line out, something that we haven't seen in about 20 odd minutes, and he's missed touch by a mile. Eves gets back, and he'll put it back down the other end. Goes to halfway, and the quick line out throw is good. So Murphy recovers and gets the ball off to Hakinama, who's a speedster. Runs across field and straightens up off that right foot. But the defence finally comes, and Burnie will settle into the ruck 5 metres on Taroona's side of halfway. Bentley taking his time, picks it up. And they make no ground, just run that ball back into the same location of the first ruck. Fa'aifo now, he's got Lemita on his outside, he loves to give it. He doesn't. Good defence by McConaughey for Taroona to line up outside there. Good running and good support.
Not sure what that advantage is for.
Not sure either what the penalty advantage was for there. Might have been a call from the assistant. Certainly the tackle looked fine. Ball comes out wide to Hafanga, who's tackled, and that ball's stolen.
Oh, calling it high.
High tackle, right. gained some untidiness out there.
Ooh, good tackle from
Holman takes Bentley down. Lucky to have gotten back 10, I think, Taroona there. They certainly didn't look like they were back very far.
Ooh, that's not
and
nice.
we've got another penalty advantage here, I think, for offside. And Bentley wants to go quickly and change their mind. So some solid hits there from Taroona, but under pressure from Burnie and giving away too many penalties. Just untidy tackling, causing a few problems. And the ball's found touch this time. And prime opportunity here for Burnie. The lineouts have not been convincing. They've got the ball up to Vanderdrift a few times, but he's often stretching and having to tap it back loosely. Be interesting if they've got anything on here. I'd be looking to exploit Eves. We've got Far Efo throwing it in, and Scott Eves, the halfback, as the man marking him. If they can get this ball to Lamita, he might be able to march his way over the line. They don't, they go long, and this time it's good. And they drop it down, that's a good play. Taroona really backed off, waiting for the ball to come down, and that try is good. So great work there, bringing Furitan Lamita into that one, although we haven't had it blown yet.
Timeout, talk to the assistant, I think.
So discussion here, and I'd say we're saying no try. Okay, so must have been short, I think, and grounded by Taroona. Dropped. Okay, so thanks. All right, we heard the word there from the fourth ref, who was able to actually hear the conversation. Ball was not put down; it was put onto the foot of a player and then knocked on. So the kick comes, eventually picked up there by Hakinima, who started that whole counter attack that last time. Andreessen needs to be careful there, going high, and he's not rolled away. He's going to be penalised here, but the ball's very lucky, Andreessen. He really made no effort to roll away on the bottom of that. Hakinima there in the number 15 for Burnie's, trying to ignite something for his team.
How dynamic is he? He's just so speedy.
Absolutely.
You give him any room, and he just goes and goes.
Yeah, he's just so quick off the mark. And we saw again there, running sideways, but he gets around. He's just got the ability to straighten up almost instantly off one step. So going to have to keep your eyes on him. Mind you, Eves is a very canny halfback too. I love this competition between these two. He won't give him an inch. So scrum to Burnie, and it's very steady both ways. Just comes back slowly now. Hakinima dishes it wide, still doesn't give a great ball to Murphy, but he takes it in front this time. And now the ball comes out wide. Low tackles from Taroona eventually take Moala to ground. But Murphy has to go in to take the halfback option. And here he is, Hakinima again. In the tackle, gives that ball away, and it's been dropped. So a great long kick. If this ball bounces out over the 22, great chase too by Taroona, and Murphy eventually gets it and lobs it back into the middle of the field. Towie picks it up and eventually looks for a head of steam, gets around a couple, gets it off to Eddington. Oh, sus pass there from Eddington. He's not happy. And it's deemed forward. He certainly kind of looked forward, but he was facing backwards and getting scrappy out there at the moment. Great run from Towie. Just watch this ball here from Eddington.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
the referee got that one right.
Yeah, I felt that it looked like it came forward as he threw it. It was hard to pick on the vision, but. Referee was in pretty much the perfect position to see it. And Burnie just come away there with a bit of luck. The scrum pressure from Taroona has been good, but Burnie are really solid. They've got the ability here to just sit it at the back and take their
wants
time.
to watch himself though, trying to disengage early before that that ball's out, sort of thing.
Ball coming out wide now, and nice step out there from the number 13. Penny Okuzi getting around the outside. Now Burnie really on the up here. Taroona in the midfield with a big forward pack just getting back. Some front rowers struggling, and another ball lost. So the defensive pressure from Taroona has been really good. Burnie just trying to push their passes. It's what they do, and if it pays off, so if they make those passes stick, then you know, they're always very dangerous. But I think it's a very low percentage rugby.
Yeah, but you know what? A lot of this low percentage rugby that they have played this year has paid off for them. I'd say I'd tell them to keep backing themselves. If they keep backing themselves doing this, it will pay dividends for them. Yeah,
and it's exciting rugby. It's great to watch. It's pretty hard to see. You couldn't expect to say to these players, no, you have to tone it down and play easy.
Yep.
Or, you know, play safe. That's not the way they play. Although they do need to just probably ease off on some of those little passes occasionally.
Actually, it's a good run from Bird to run back into the traffic. He's got all his forward support there, so...
that's right, and then they're lined up. Fenny takes a
huge
big hit there. So does the Gardner.
Gardner's gone down.
Ball comes back now, and Kazarine just shifts around to his left foot. Another nice kick in behind. Gee, that's going to be close to the 22 as well. His kicking has just been unbelievable. That ball's gone about 60 metres downfield. You can hear the crowd. And Michael Evans, I'm not sure if he knew where that went out. He had to pick one side of the line or the other. And in the end, he's gone, no, it was on this side of the 22.
Yeah, absolutely. As referee, assistant referee, back yourself.
Absolutely. I think he's got it right. It certainly looked like that's where it went out to us. But I think the ball went behind that orange cone that's over there. So I think it probably was even out a bit further upfield. Great pressure. Oh, great work there from Eddington to get that ball back. The pressure of the line-out's been great. And then Eddington gets out here and makes first receive here too, and goes with a little goose step and the canter around. Tells Shane Bentley, get out of here. And Taroona now on the attack. There's plenty of cover defence though. Noble does a good job to get back inside and get to ground. And now Towie running onto a nice line. He always meets a solid wall. There's some great rugby and great solid rugby happening between these.
If that's one thing Burnie knows today, it's to mark Towie very heavily.
Oh, Andreessen. Yeah, you're right, he's dangerous. So we've got a knock on out there, and we'll probably see, no, we're playing on.
Yeah.
Kazarine out to Holmes. The cover defence is there. Holmes gets around two of them. He's going to put on his third. Oh, the ball in field is taken by Taroona though. How did Holmes get around the outside? Now Harrison, he's through. Oh my goodness, the tackles from Burnie are slipping off everywhere. And wow, Tanaka Harrison finishes off there on some great work done by Rob Holmes. He just stepped around those two defenders who were in front of him like they weren't even there. And Tanaka Harrison, solid running. He's put the ball under his right wing ready to fend and didn't even have to. And Taroona really on the up now after really soaking in some pressure from Burnie down the other end of the field. Some great kicking by Kazarine has put the ball back down into Burnie's half, and Taroona capitalise. Great play.
You said it exactly. They're capitalising on each and every opportunity they can make. They've got all the support players coming in there, and it's not me or you. It's everyone is taking part in this game today. They're all making an impact.
Absolutely. They're really just showing, I think, that really strong sense of self-belief out there, where they're sticking to a game plan. Clearly, they're looking at running it wide. They want to get around the outside of Burnie, and it's working. So Kazarine now with the shot, similar to his first one, and it's good. And Taroona go to a 17-0 lead with about 5 minutes left this half. I'm not sure where Burnie are going to find a crack in this very stoic defence of Taroona. They've really maintained a good defensive line. There've not been many breaks at all. And the big bodies from Burnie are trying to puncture the defence, but unable to do so. And they're tiring too. Murphy now, he's had some great kicks. He's just got such a great kick off this restart. How high he kicks the ball. It's a beautiful kick there again.
It's not too far. It's at a zone where it is fairly competitive.
Absolutely. Eddington held up here too. Great work by the defence of Burnie. Murphy and Fa'aifo have held him off the ground, and we'll see this maul held up. And it'll be a Burnie scrum. I haven't blown the whistle yet.
Yep.
Just
well done, Burnie.
Eddington, he got around that first tackler, and then just in that running across field, he's running in, trying to get around the outside of those big bodies, but they're way too big for him, and they do a really good job there. Fa'aifo just making that contact and way too strong and big, held Eddington up with ease. All right, Burnie going to stack their back line on this near side. Murphy, Tupou, Tongatia, and then Hafunga on this near wing with fullback Okuzi going on that far side. And they're going to go blind. And here he is, Hokinama, the halfback, darting around. And some good hands out there by Burnie to get it out to the wing, putting some pressure on the backline defence. But in that case, going off their feet at the breakdown, sealing that ball off illegally. Bit of luck really for Taroona. There was good pressure in defence, plenty of numbers getting around the back of that ruck. But Burnie just losing their feet. And Kazarine will chip that ball away. And Taroona will have a line out about pushing close to 30 metres out from their line.
Yeah, I think Burnie are just trying to push it a bit too hard and are making these errors. You know, you see them there at that ruck. Yeah, they're excited to try and claw back some points before half time there, and just making those basic errors going off their feet.
I've just been handed the scores from our other game today between top of the table Launceston and second place Devonport. The winner of that game will go straight to the grand final. We'll just catch up with the rugby here and give you that score in a minute. Oh, so it looks like Cannell in a solid tackle there from Vanderdrift, I think, spilled the ball. But it's a close one up at Launceston. Devonport have got 1 try on 5 points, and Launceston 1 try as well, but theirs is converted 7. So it's a closey up there. And as much as it's 3 tries to 0 here, doesn't feel like that. It still feels like a very close nail biter as well. So winner of this game will play the loser of that one next week. Loser here, that's the end of their season. And this is a great attacking scrum opportunity for Burnie. I wouldn't be surprised to see Hokinama go around that blind again. Yeah, look, he taps Via, he gets across. He's been the danger man, Hokinama, and he's well shut down. Ball goes backwards through the hands of Vanderdrift, and some scrappy play, but Burnie have still got possession, and they're so close now too. Tackler's not taking them to ground. Ball comes out now. Fa'aifo, they're not going to stop him.
Soft try,
and he scores this one. You can see those defenders didn't get up and make a tackle. There's some arms out from the Taroona players with some kind of complaint. But just the defence here. Holman comes across. Kazarine and Lowe really made a pretty poor attempt, really, to tackle. No one wanted to get their feet in close to the big body. And both Eves and Eddington complaining about, I don't know what, maybe they thought he dropped it, but good hit back there from Burnie. They needed that one coming into half time. Taroona will be disappointed to let that one through. And as you said, Mike, soft try.
made a substitution to Taroona. Looks like Blowfield on for Deon.
Oh, and that'll be a shame to lose, lose their fullback. We'll probably see Matt Noble move back there, I reckon, and Blowfield onto the wing. He's a live wire, Blowfield. He'll love a game like this. He loves the hard contact. And now Lottie Via with the kick. And just a nice gentle tap there. It hits the post and goes over. And are we having half time? I don't think so.
This would have to be probably the last play coming up then.
Be very close to full time. Yep. Beautiful kick. Look at just the form here. The kick from Via. So easy. Hardly even touched it. And it's just cleanly kicked over. So 19-7. And Kazarine goes short. It's a wonky one too, and not taken. And here he is, Blowfield, the man freshly on, picks it up and runs into contact. Taroona now, they need to just settle into the play that's got them where they are so far. They don't want to rush it, although they've got some numbers out wide. Good little spin there from Andreessen to straighten up. That's what he's out there for. He needs to ride those first tackles and get his team on the front foot. Harrison, the last try scorer for Taroona, hitting it up now. And they want to get this ball wide. Just making meters in the middle of the field here, Taroona. Need to take their time. Someone down on the far side there for Taroona too. Harrison just getting to his feet. Eddington does a good job there to hold the ball up and wait for some support. And the ball looks like it's been turned over. Saw the referee's arms go out, players asking for something, but he says no, that was okay. And now Burnie push it to the blind side, get past the gain line. Bit of a squeeze ball there. You're lucky to get away with that. Ball goes deep to Murphy, and he puts that one out. And there's half time. So an entertaining half of rugby, high intensity. I think Taroona will like this because that's a really torrid first half of rugby, and I would say fitness-wise they're likely to deal with that better than Burnie. Saw a fair bit of walking around the park from Burnie towards the end of that half. But 19-7, 3 tries to 1. What do you make of that, Mike?
Oh, mate, it's still anyone's game. It's, you know, we've got another 40 minutes of rugby here. Burnie's got players on the bench and everything, but as we alluded to earlier, their fitness could prove the difference. No matter what, Taroona have to keep the pressure up if they want to continue on this trek to the final.
For sure,
and Burnie have really got to pull all the stops out if they want to go back home and face or have that long drive back, knowing they didn't put it all out there.
Absolutely, and we know that Burnie have got the players. They could put on 2 tries in 5 minutes quite easily, and regain the lead or draw level. So something that they really need to do there. Discipline's been good. I think Burnie's discipline's been really good. They've not given away many penalties at all, despite Taroona probably having the majority of the possession in that half. Taroona, on the other hand, went under pressure, just a little bit lazy around the tackle, giving away a few penalties. That's something that they'll just need to make sure that they're on top of as they move into this next half. We'll take a break though, and we'll be back to see who makes it through to the next round of these finals, Burnie or Taroona. Right, back for the second half of this very entertaining game of rugby. Been really all Taroona that first half, though Burnie were able to score a try in about the 41st minute on the clock with only a couple of minutes left. So, yeah, just able to come back and put some points on the board. But I think the structure of Taroona has really worked well for them, and they've been able to exploit Burnie around the outside. Kick from Kazarine. Fa'ifo, he's been very good today as Motu. And he takes that ball into contact and gives his team a nice platform. Pick and drive takes the ball close to the 10-metre line, and they go again. Probably running around the back there of McPhail, lucky to not be called accidentally offside. And now they make no ground on that one. So the ball comes back. Murphy goes with the kick. We've had a change back here. Dewindham's come off. Oh, the rotten bounce there. It's a nice kick from Murphy. I was about to say, oh, Canal with the big boot. Fullback for Taroona, Dewindham's come off. So Matt Noble has moved out to the fullback position, and Callum Blowfield, I think, came onto the wing. That happened close to the end of the last half. Messy ruck here, and penalty somehow.
I think Finney Tau has dropped over the ruck
dropped
there.
Over the ball, just sort of pulled around from an offside position and fell on the wrong side. Gives Burnie a good chance here to take a risk. Towie and Fenny coupling together there. Oh, nice run there.
Oh,
just the tackler's going too high from Taroona there. Very strong run from Tongatea, and he got easily around Andreessen. And then Rob Holmes came in to try and put the big shot on and just bounced off. And they've got some numbers out to the left, have Burnie. Nice run there from Lamita. And Via comes in, flings it off to Murphy. And just the ball held up in the midfield. And they go across again. Vanderdrift takes it and straightens up. Nice pair of tacklers again from Taroona going low and high. And this guy can ignite something. Okinama, he gets up and with a pick and drive. And again, tackles going high from Taroona. No one going low in that case. And Fenny just bouncing off the big body of Junior Cook. So Taroona just not quite showing the defensive mentality that they had in the last half. And now Burnie take their time. They'll be told to use it here. Lamita puts one hand on it and goes.
Yeah.
Too slow, I believe.
But Burnie have certainly come out with a refreshed commitment. So
absolutely,
they've been told the proverbial at half time there, and they've come out with renewed vigour to try and scratch back some of those points they've given away in the first half.
For sure, and I think what I've seen just in those phases too is better structures around the breakdown, where before, every time they got the ball, they were just trying to throw it and score a try. They're trying to make those metres and make those metres. And when they did that last half, they drew penalties from Taroona, and it really helped them. But they just weren't able to sustain that kind of mentality in the game. And if they can do that this half, I think they'll be a lot more successful. Eves now with the ball at the back. Scrum rotates, but it goes around to Kazarine. He goes with the kick. He hasn't really got onto that one. It's going to land short and bounces into the hands of Moala, who knocks it on. And now we've got Noble being chased down. He goes with the kick. He didn't want it to go infield that far because we've got Accusey coming across, and he is a stepping machine, and he gets around most of the Taroona team. Only about two defenders in front of him by the time he got tackled. But it was a good option with a chip there from Noble, but it just went off his boot.
Great tackle from Kazarine.
So you're right, spot on there. Kazarine went low on Lamita, took him down, and teammate straight onto that ball. No support for Lamita. So important there for Kazarine to make that hit. And he'll go to the line. It's a wonky one, but he finds touch. And Taroona with the line out just outside the 22-metre line, Burnie's end. Started really this half in the same way we started that first half, just
exactly.
Absolute frantic rugby. I think whoever can settle the most will do well.
That's
but
great.
The throw's no good. It misses Holman, and it's crooked. Light breeze now. We didn't have this earlier in the day. Just not sure if it's sort of blowing probably into the camera at the moment a little.
Yeah, it feels like it's coming straight towards us there, so straight across the field. So it shouldn't really impact the throw-in.
No, I think it just missed the mark on that one though. Did low with his throw, and a breeze like this will just hold that ball up a little in the line out. Now we'll see Burnie with a defensive scrum. Scrums have been really good so far. No scrum penalties.
We've got Holmes coming
and here he goes. Hakinama gets up. He's looking. Holmes goes high, but not too high, and manages to hold that ball up, and the knock-on's forced.
The counter from Taroona is,
absolutely
fantastic counter coming through here.
There's some
shocking bounce. Oh no, it's fallen into his hands, but.
And here we go. So counter attack in return from Burnie. There's some confident runners, both teams. Holmes has got to get back quickly, so's Eves. There's no fullback back there. We've got McPhail and Bentley chasing though. Eves dummies one way, goes the other, and Blowfield will run away from Bentley. No, he won't. What a tackle from Bentley. He gets to his feet, but he should be penalised for falling over the ball on the wrong side. But he's not, and Eves goes the boot. Half of Burnie's forward pack hasn't made it back to the breakdown after that kick.
And we've got to tackle. You've got to tackle lower than that.
Yep, you're right. They're getting the tackles. Both teams just getting lazy. Taroona especially going high. Cook goes for a run, tackled low by Cannell, and I think is it Cannell or Harrison copped the boot. It was Harrison. Great tackle. Going low, took Cook to ground, and that is where you force a penalty. Not by going high. And Harrison, for his efforts there, copped the boot to the head coming around the back of that ruck.
And greatly, all the boys are acknowledging what he did there and giving him the accolades and praises for a great bit of play there.
Oh, and the kick does just get over the head. So a bit of an attack on that ball out there by the winger. I think it's Accusey on that foot. No, Accusey's on this side. Anyway, the winger rushed up thinking, oh, that ball's not going to go out, but it did just hold up and make it over his head. Taroona now will be hoping to make a better line out than their last one. Slow to get there. Certainly Burnie need to look at some changes because their big fellas are not getting around the ground as they needed. Holman gets up to this one. Not a lot of lift there, and no one goes to tackle initially. So the maul goes. Burnie really weren't prepared for that. Taroona could take this the whole way here. Burnie have struggled to get behind, and they've really got a great shape here in this maul. You've got Hakinama on this side, well offside. He needs to get out of there. And Taroona are still marching forward. They've gone 30 metres here. They've got numbers out on the right.
And we've got someone here.
And the ball very close. And lucky. And Eves goes quickly. Finds one way. Finds his way over the line. And scores a try. Just. The canny head of Scott Eves with the quick tap. He did have numbers outside him. And the defence was shifting quickly to get across and cover. And he saw it. Ducked back inside. Back off the right foot. Here he goes. Off the right foot. Just gets the ball down before it spills, and what a driving maul from Taroona, Mike.
Yep, that was awesome. Obviously something they'd rehearsed and been saving for that opportunity. And hold on, here we go. Off camera, we've got a substitution happening here. Matthew Brocklehurst on for Ruben McConaughey, and what a game the big man McConaughey's had. So.
Yeah, but yeah, that maul, Burnie just didn't engage at the line out, but somebody engaged enough to allow Taroona to drive that ball on. And yeah, they just kept really great form the whole way, and Burnie didn't know how to deal with it. So would have been nice for Taroona to have seen that one go all the way over the line. You'd love to see a 25-metre driving maul. But in the end, they milked the penalty and ended up with 7 points. So good start there for Taroona, pushing ahead, pushing that lead back out to 19 points. Still seeing Hakinama as the live wire for Burnie. He's dangerous around the fringes of the scrum and the ruck, and he's the man who needs to ignite something for his team, because everyone else is just looking a little bit flat.
And there's still plenty of time left in this game. There's absolutely all the time in the world for Burnie to come back here.
Murphy kicks high, goes deep this time though. He hasn't gone this deep yet. And Towie, we know what he's going to do. He loves the contact, does Finney Towie. And the ball now comes to Holman. He goes the dummy. Can he get that big right hand away? No. He was looking for Aiden Fenny on his outside. And a nice little grubber. A great grubber from Noah Kazarine. Bounces off the head of Moala, Mazessa Moala. And we've got a untidy ruck here, but Burnie have won it. And they'll get back in here. I think this has been taken back inside by Burnie, but though we've got another breakdown there, so that won't count. Now we're coming back. Bentley loves the quick tap, and that's a silly idea though. He's kept it in play. Great read on that ball by Matt Noble, who gives a good ball to Eves. He's got a couple outside him, Bird and Blowfield, and he kicks.
Oh, it's setting up nicely inside the field for them.
Gets to the hands of Accusey, who's tough, and he'll get away. Bird doesn't let him go. And Motu Fa'aifo, he does get away. Scott Eves. Oh, that's very forward. Great work from Eves, definitely forward, but what a run from Motu Fa'aifo. For a minute there, I thought he was going to get away from Eves. Eves didn't look like he had the speed to catch him. And Lottie Villa was on his inside and just got too flat. You can see Villa pointing. He says, go that way. But Villa didn't slow down enough. He was never behind him. I think he was hoping that Motu might have been able to make a few more metres before he got tackled. Exciting run there from Fa'aifo. And just wait for this scrum to set. Waiting for James Holman to get back. And Taroona will have the ball in their hands as the feed comes to this scrum. It's been some great counter-attacking back there and great intent from Matt Noble. He's got some good pace and he loves to run at the ball. Oh dear, the pass wasn't good. And Kazarine looked up. He had plenty of time, but you see, just looked up before he grabbed at that one. That low ball.
Former teammate Gus McPhail there, rubbing it into Kazarine there.
And now the Penguins will be defending. So we had to see a change at the scrum here. Interestingly, Samasoni Hafunga has come into halfback, and Swasi Hakinama is now just pushed out onto the wing. It'll be interesting to see where Burnie go with this. They pushed their back line all out to this near side, and the ball's out in front of Murphy. It's a good one. He takes it into contact though, doesn't get through, taken by Andreessen and Towie, and then they fling it back the other way. And James Holman is up very quickly. Only one up there. He needed to shut that down, and he did so. Now Bentley comes across, cops one from Cannell, and they push the ball out wide now. Get around the outside of Holmes, and they need to make the tackles here. Noble makes the stop.
Fantastic tackle.
And now the defence gets back and puts the pressure on. I think it's been stolen by Taroona at that breakdown too. They need to get the ball to ruck. No, Burnie have got it. And they'll push this ball out to the midfield. Tupou can't make any metres, and it has been turned over this time. Strength over that ball. Eddington and Towie, and you said it earlier, Mike, if Finney Towie is on his game, he's an absolute machine and a game breaker.
Yeah, quite a bit intense bit of play. We've got a few players sucking it in, sucking in the big breaths.
And, you know, I mean, it's a bit, you can see the difference there in the teams. Taroona got back behind that really quickly, whereas Burnie are really struggling in that area of their game at the moment. When they've got to chase kicks or chase breaks down the field, they're very slow to get back. So Taroona now with that turnover close to the line. How was the tackle from Matt Noble back there?
Oh, that was just outstanding. It had to be made, and he committed, made it, and that was the difference.
He also had support coming really close behind him. I'm not sure who it was. I think it was Rob Holmes. James Holman goes through, runs through the winger's tackle, gets to ground. He'll place that back nicely, and they go with a quick ball. Towie again. This guy just doesn't stop. How good's the tackle, though? he's the run meters with the ball in hand from Finney Towie is just unbelievable. I'd love to have a count on his meters.
Come blind here. Yep, Finney.
Plenty of defence out here, though. Finney needs to get to ground. He's got to be careful rolling too much there.
Yep.
Don't know on that one. Bentley goes the quick tap, but there's plenty of people in front of him. They don't grab him, though. Eventually, Kazarine takes him to ground. And there are not many defenders out here for Taroona. Eddington goes very high, enough to knock the balance of the player over. And then Kinnaman now running behind his players. Lucky to get away with that one. No defenders, though, putting pressure on. So no impact on the game. Bentley throws it wide. James Holman comes in with the pressure tackle. And Eves is all over that. And he's won it too. Oh, really? So James Holman being deemed not rolling away there. And he's caught a stinger, I think, in that tackle. Interesting to hear what the comments are from the referee.
Yeah, I think he's just having a bit of a heads-up chat with the captain there and telling him, listen,
Ruck penalties. All right, 19 points in it. Burnie with the kick. And he's missed touch. Kicked it dead. And will come all the way back and have a scrum to Taroona from the kick.
It's an absolute killer, that one. You just try to peel off those few extra yards and it goes to grief.
Absolutely, and interesting, Murphy not taking the kicking duties there, but he's missed touch 2 or 3 times today as well. Scores from up north. So the Bulls, probably at the end of the first half, maybe the start of the second half, took the lead away from Launceston. We're up 8-7. But Launceston have put on a couple of tries now and have got a bit of a comfortable lead there. So they're up 21-8 in that match. So current standings, we'll see Taroona travel to Devonport next week, but anything could change with 20 minutes of rugby to go. Kazarine goes forward, but the ball goes behind him. And well taken on the run there by Mosesa Moala. And well taken by Jordan Eddington, who has had also a cracker of a game. And that ball's been turned over at the breakdown. So Taroona really causing some headaches for Burnie when they get to the ruck. And nice running out there. The ball goes around. Bird decides to come back infield. And he's found a gap through the middle. Cops one over the shoulder. And I think the assistant referee may have called that one.
Yeah, I think the referee
but
said,
there's no arm
no,
out.
No, the referee said he's happy with it.
Certainly looked like Bird caught one over the shoulder there as he I think it was the second player in on the tackle. Taroona now is a good run from Bird because there wasn't much happening there. Fenny leaves it between his legs. And Eves eventually gets there. The ball will come to Brocklehurst. Been on for about 10 minutes and replacing Ruben McConaughey. Taroona just takes some time here. I want to get this ball out before that counter ruck comes, and it does, and it's stolen. So too slow, Taroona. Holmes needs to take Ifo down. He does.
Oh, number 23 looked like he was coming in from the side there, but wasn't picked up.
And the ball goes back, so it's getting scrappy, but great running from Brett Bentley. Goes further forward, but Towie's on it, gets driven off. And, whoa, I tell you, I thought the first contact there got him off it, but referee's right on the spot. And Finney Towie wins that one as well. The guy's just having a blinder. And Brett Bentley, you can't see him on the camera there, but he's saying, oh, come on. All that effort, and I've got to get up and walk 10 metres back the other way.
Yeah, Bentley's put everything in it today, and he's looking absolutely drained.
With his shorts halfway down. That's always puts a big ding in your enthusiasm when you've just gone the big run with tacklers attached to you, only to have it turned over through lack of support. Although I thought the support was there and that Towie didn't survive that first contact, but they were slow to get there, and that's why the penalty came to Taroona. And they'll have another line out in an attacking position. And they've been good at the line out most of the day. Breeze has just died off a little. Ball will go to Holman. Just gets lifted. Not much lift there. And no one engages, so Holman has to go himself. And then flung to ground by Vanderdrift. Bird takes that inside line that he likes. And some good ruck work. They've got to get this ball out quickly, though.
Yep.
We've seen,
from
we've
the
got
side
an
there,
advantage
he's picked
here.
up that penalty advantage. We've picked up the penalty advantage there.
Towie, has he got? Oh, look at the hands from Towie.
Offload,
Gives it
great
to
defend from
Holman. He can get it away to Holmes. Holmes is going to get through and maybe score his third. He's looking for an offload and finds one. And they're so close to the line now, pushing in. Eves directing traffic. He goes, finds Fenny. Well rejected, though, by the Burnie defence on the line. This one comes to Brocklehurst. He's met in a solid hit as well. Just not getting quite the body height low enough that they would have needed. And the counter ruck again puts some pressure on. Ball dished out. That one's forward from Cannell to Towie, but we're coming back for the penalty advantage.
We've got many bodies down out there.
I think they're just untangling themselves from each other. Eddington's back up. And who is it? Who else is down there? Holman. He's coming back too. So great defence, solid defence from Burnie, but their counter rucking just illegal.
Probably a great call from Captain Lowe here to elect for the points, because I think the Penguins all need to really suck it in and take a breather here. This probably works to the favour of Burnie as well, to suck in and get some hard-earned air back into the lungs.
Yeah, definitely. See James Holman there. He's exhausted. How good was that? The offload from Towie to Holman down there. It was so fast I couldn't see it. Don't know how Towie got his hand free even to dish that ball off. But I tell you, it's exciting when those two are running around near each other. Yep. And the kick hits the wind, hits off the post. Oh, look out! Brocklehurst! It's been dropped! And now right near the post. Burnie have it, though. And I can't see what's happening.
In the hands of
They've
Taroona,
managed
I think.
to get that ball out of there.
He's playing a penalty in from the side.
Taroona coming in from the side. So Bird, I couldn't see what was happening down there. But the ball dropped off the post, and Burnie player was tackled really well by Brocklehurst. Now they tap it.
Oh, that's his brave running it out.
Some good contact out there by Cannell, who was caught in no man's land, and there was some talk from the sideline at him to rush him to get up there, and he did, and shut that potential attack down. Ball comes now to Lamita. They don't go low enough, but Lowe does eventually get him around the legs. Oh, they got numbers out here, Burnie. Murphy needed to throw it, but Holman gets across. Bird needs to shift across. He needs to get across. Andreessen's in support, and they get around the outside. Ball comes back inside now. Oh, the hands.
Oh,
1, 2. Holmes
what a
won't
try.
get him, and
What
that
a try.
is immensely agile running and passing from Burnie. The new player on the field out there, Wasi Halasima, comes on and ignites something. Accusey there, finds Halasima, gets it back to Accusey, and that step off the left foot just caught Rob Holmes running the wrong way. And Burnie, as quick as you like, put 5 points on the board and are threatening. So from a missed penalty shot down the other end that hit the post to a try at the other end, Burnie now back in the hunt.
Behind the scenes here, we can still see a lot of the Taroona players heading back behind the post, so they're really starting to feel the burn now as well.
And the conversion's good. So not many points in it now. Just 12. It's 2 converted tries, and Burnie have got it. Jordan Eddington, I think, maybe coming from the field. Taroona very slow to come back. As you said, the ball's been kicked a long way. Something we missed down here is ball boys. It's always it's a bit of a disappointment in a way that you got a player has to run 40 or 50 metres behind the posts to collect the ball. I don't really need to. Could just leave it. There's spare balls at the middle, but something that might need to be investigated down the track. Noah Kazarine probably had to come nearly 100 metres with that ball just to get back to kick it off. And he goes to his right. So taken by Motu, who's been very good today. And no one tackles him low enough. Those legs swinging gives Finny Towie a bit of a see you later.
Bit of a love tap.
Oh, and Eddington with a big hit there coming in from the side. And he didn't want to stay on the field, and he's got cramp. But Burnie still have the ball. Just at the breakdown. They'll come back. No, they shape and go the other way. Taroona's defence really needs to tighten up here. Chaperon Tucker's got to hang on, and he does. And then Holman is the next person in defence there. Your second rower getting across as the cover defence. And it's been stolen. Little chip over from Eves. Don't want that to go out on the full. It is. So bad luck there. He had George Chaperon Tucker, who's just come onto that far wing, bearing down on that one. I'm not sure where the Bird has come from the field for Taroona, and he's been replaced by Chaperon Tucker. So Blowfield coming into the outside centre position, and Chaperon Tucker onto the far wing. And another substitution happening now with Eddington coming from the field, replaced by Christo Lagrange. Not sure where he's going to slot into this team. That's a very crooked throw. Made to look all the more crooked by the fact that the jumper had jumped right into the middle of the tunnel. Couldn't even reach it. So we'll see Andreessen heading into the scrum. He'll go into the number 6 position.
Yeah, we've only got a 12-point difference here, and we've still got good over 10 minutes.
Absolutely.
Probably 13, 14 minutes to go, playing time. So Burnie's not out of this game by a long shot.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Very, very interesting to see if Burnie can score the next try. What happens in the last 10 minutes. And the ball gets given to Blowfield. He's not a really big guy, Blowfield, and Burnie will really want to look to hold him up if he's running those inside lines. Cody Hall also here with the ball on the field. Burnie not rolling out of the way there. Very lucky that one rolled out. Kazarine, he's got low on his outside, straightens up and gets met by a solid wall of red and blue. Towie now to Holman, who finds a hole.
Holman's been really, really outstanding today. He's really worked well with Towie.
And they've got some space out wide now here. Blowfield, he's got Shapper and Tucker outside him. He misses him though. Shapper and Tucker just ended up running a really flat line.
Oh, and we're lucky it's knocked on. I think we're talking. He's talking to the assistant. Right. Was that deliberate? So it was just a hand on it there, knock on.
Just watching George Shapper and Tucker, whose hands went to his head. I thought the pass had missed him, but must have been just in the tackle there, that contact on it. All right, good running play out there from Taroona. Just again exploiting those wings.
It's really great that Blowfield can slot back into that position, because he can create quite a bit of mischief from the centre. Absolutely,
he's an unpredictable player. He's very quick off the mark. He's very quick in general. Just not he's not a big guy, but yeah, and they've got the penalty here, Taroona. But Blowfield, you're right. He'll go either way. He can run a nice inside line like he is here, and he's got to get some support there though. Eves does get there quickly. Can they get it wide enough?
Oh,
he gives a short ball.
Yep.
Short ball.
That was looking like a bit of magic unfolding then, but they're taking it back to the penalty.
Scrum. Yep, the scrum penalty. Looking like looking like Launceston probably got that game secured up there though. 18 points out in front at the moment, 26-8. Be tough for Devonport to come back with, again, matching, should be similar time on the clock to what we have here, about 10 minutes to go. They need more than three tries out there.
Pretty smart here. Taroona have elected for the scrum. Kazarine's kicking hasn't been completely on point today, so this is probably a good move from the set piece here.
Yep, they like that backline versus backline move. Eves will make a good decision. Here they turn it again. Okay, so it comes to Kazarine. That's a good ball, and they're going to get around the outside here. Noble tried to shimmy his way back in, and he's going to lose it. Oh, they just get to him. Kazarine picks it up, finds Lagrange, who needs to get to ground. He does. He's got to be released now. Rolls back, so lucky there. I thought Noble had the pace to get around the outside.
Burnie's really working hard in defence here. It's great defence they're putting in here.
Good solid hit on Brocklehurst, who's running a nice inside line. He's bundled backwards. Now Hall. Taroona's depth is what they need to be looking to here, because they've got a lot of reserves on.
You've got numbers out right.
And here comes the ball to Cannell. We've got a penalty advantage. I think Burnie offside at the breakdown. Now they've got some room out wide. Kazarine goes to Blowfield. He gets it out to Shapper and Tucker, and he puts the ball down.
No try. Coming back for the penalty.
We're coming back. Must have gone over the sideline. And 3 points here, I think, is what really Taroona need.
I'm inclined to agree with you there, Deon, because that's going to put it out to 3 scoring, 2 converted tries, and they've got to score 3 times then, Burnie, to come back.
So, decision being made. We've got Fenny coming off, so another front rower coming from the field. And McConaughey will have to come back on at the discretion of the referee. Bulls, though. Bulls are put on a try. So only 13 points up there now. Interesting whether Mark Mio is able to capitalise and make that 15. We'll make it close then. They'll still need 2 tries up there, though, Devonport, to come from behind. Similar scenario right here, though, with this kick. Burnie now need more than 2 converted tries. I'm not sure how the toll on Taroona of this match is going to, if they make it into next week, how they'll fare. They've certainly had a lot of injuries coming off. I can see Sam Loper over there standing up and looking fine. after coming off looking very sheepish in the first half. Hopefully, I don't know, I'm not sure exactly what the deal with him was. And some subs coming for Burnie as well. Apatunga Ale coming on, and Nili Vaka, a couple of big bodies. So Vaka coming out into the centres. I think he's replacing Tongatia coming to the wing. So maybe Moala's come from the field. No.
Don't you wish it was you out there, Deon, tackling him?
Oh, I'd rather be playing. And Towie again runs another 10 metres with the ball, makes about 5 in a forward direction. Ball comes now back to Kazarine. He finds Tongatia, who runs straight over the top of Holmes, but he's taken down by Blowfield. And Holmes is running back, lucky to not be caught offside.
No,
probably
get the advantage now.
Get caught for the collar tackle on Bentley. And the other Bentley, oh, boom! Rides that bump nicely. Towie and McConaughey with a huge hit. Cook now getting around the outside. Burnie, are they pushing it left? No, they come back where they've got numbers. But you don't want to throw it back where James Holman's standing. And the ball gets bundled back along the ground by Ale, who's just come on the field. And Towie's all over that one again. He's lost it though. Bentley now picks it up slowly, runs backwards and across the field into James Holman, who sends him back where he came from. And that high tackle on Bentley now. Oh, here we go. Hakinama. He is a absolute lightning fast player. And Taruna's counter ruck has blown over that to the point that Cody Hall picks it up at his bootlaces, and they've gotten out of pressure. And they're going to pass the ball. No, Holmes roosts it downfield. This one will bounce straight into the hands of Accusey, who's caused problems. He needs to be careful trying to jump over tackles. That's not legal. And they eventually scrag him to the ground. And Burnie now pick and drive. Brett Bentley's just assisted back to his feet. You can see him there in the middle of the camera running back. He's a long way away. Got to pull those shorts up again. He needs to learn how to use the drawstring. Great defence on the fringes of the ruck there by Taruna, driving Ale back. High pass. Bentley now. That's as far as he got to the inside centre position, but we know how good he is. And he gets past the first tackle. Towie running in an offside position there, coming through, but we're going to have the knock on. Lucky to get away with that, Towie. He came from offside and he ran right through the running line of the Burnie player. He didn't attempt to get in the way. And now we've got Towie on one knee off the camera and Holman on one knee in front of the camera. And these guys have run themselves off their feet with about 3 minutes to go. Towie comes to the bench and he's replaced by your lad, Mike Pearce-Blomfield.
Yep.
And we'll also see a sub for Burnie.
Yeah, well, I did give him some words of advice before he this morning, and said to him, mate, if you take to the field, you got to give everything in the tank.
We know, yep, and I've seen Pearce plenty of times, and we know that that's what he does. He's a hard worker around the rugby field, and always gives it his everything. So Shane Bentley just coming from the field after a very, very excellent game from him. Replaced by Lee Jordan. And Taruna with the feed. Get this ball back easily to the back. And Burnie with the secondary push there, but Kazarine, yeah, he gets it over the back. They know about the sun there.
That's going to stuff them completely.
Oh, here we go, Holmes. Oh, could have been a huge collision. Great jump from Tongatia. Great intent from him to get to that ball. Rob Holmes nearly took him out in midair. And Burnie haven't got many numbers out there, so they'll need to get across in support quickly. And they do. 15 points in it. And he has been the danger man, Ocusey. Great tackle there from Holmes. Oh, Rob Holmes.
I'm surprised that we've been allowed that. We played it off the ground there.
Absolutely. I'm not sure what the hand going the other way was for. Might have been the wrong way.
Might have been a knock-on advantage sort of thing.
Yeah. It's a good tackle from Holmes. I'm surprised that it wasn't a penalty for playing on the ground. Burnie need to roll away from that. And they eventually do. Ball goes really wide to Kazarine. He'll kick again. This is just going to be disheartening for Burnie because Kazarine has kicked so well. And how's the bounce?
The bounce just short of it. Quick throw in. We're off and running again.
Yeah, and here he is, number 13. Ocusey. Penismani's been outstanding, particularly this half. Really causing headaches for Taruna's defence. And they've got some numbers out here, Burnie. They get it off to Vanderdrift. They needed to get it further. Taroona have gotten practically no defence inside around the middle of the field.
Well, here we go.
And here he is, Hokinema. Has he
got
the pace?
Race to the line. I think Holmes
is going to get there first and puts it down, and they'll have a goal line dropout. Great chase back by Holmes.
Well,
so it was taken back? No.
By the clock, we're over time, but I think we've probably got another
minute or two.
I reckon another 3 or 4 minutes, perhaps.
We've certainly had this half a few, no long stoppages, but plenty of stoppages. But definitely going to be a Taroona win right here. With this time on the clock, there's no way that Burnie will be able to score 2 tries plus more to be able to come over the top.
I'm going to throw a challenge out there and say, if it happened, would you eat your hat?
Only if it comes with a nice sauce and a bottle of red.
Here we go. I thought he was going up for a field goal. I was going to say, what's that going to achieve?
Kinema, he's been so good all day. Number 15, started in halfback for Burnie. It'd be great for a consolation try to him. Ball gets around Vanderdrift from Murphy. They're not gonna lay down a Burnie. And they pick and drive. Ali's only been on for 5 minutes, and he makes plenty of meters there in contact. Vanderdrift throws it out. Bentley can't take it, and this will be the end of the game by the look of it from the players. They just need to clear this ball out. Maybe. It's kicked out. And there's the ball game. So a hard-fought victory to the Penguins. They looked in the first half like they were going to run away with it, scoring 19 points to 0, but Burnie came back with a try of their own at the end of the first half, and then were looking pretty dangerous all this second half, but very solid win in the end there from Taroona. Any key highlights for you, Mike, worth mentioning?
Burnie were looking threatening throughout the game. They didn't give up one iota. They turned around and stayed with it the whole time. Right up to the end here, they weren't giving up by any sense of means, sort of thing. And the Taroona had to stay on their game. They could not give up one single bit, and it shows in all the players. Yeah, they're just walking wounded out there all of them.
Absolutely, yeah, and yes, absolutely giving it their all the whole game. Both teams, and they're all going to have a well-deserved rest. There's plenty of sore bodies out there. Hey, just a shout out to Levi if you're still listening. Hi, Levi. Good to hear from you on the comments online. Be great to see you sometime, mate. And congratulations to the Penguins who live another day. Just checking out the final score up north as well. But the Bulls came through with 13 points, but reversing that, Launceston 31. So 31-13, 18-point victory and a 15-point victory down here. 2 pretty close games. And next week, we'll see Devonport hit it out against Taroona. I'm fairly certain that game will be played at Devonport, but who knows what might happen between now and then. and that's it for Burnie for this year. So runners-up in the second grade competitions for Burnie, and 4th place out here in the senior grade competition. Great season by them. 2nd place for their women as well. Great work from that club. They've done an awesome job at getting around rugby in Tasmania, travelling more than anybody else by far every week. So congratulations to them. But Taroona, another week to go. Be recovery for them, and hoping that they don't lose anyone after this immense battle of the flightless birds. We'll sign out right there as the boys come from the field. But well done to Taroona, and we will see you all next week. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Deon.